Hi all, welcome back to my channel. Today we will learn introduction to modern periodic table. So periodic table is nothing but the arrangement of elements for their classifications to make their study easy. Okay, so modern periodic table is nothing but the current technique or the latest technique of classification of elements. So here is the modern periodic law. So modern periodic table is based on this law. So what is the statement? Properties of elements are periodic functions of their atomic number. What is the meaning of this? See, if we arrange all the elements according to their atomic numbers, so the physical and the chemical properties of these elements are occur periodically, right? So this is the meaning of the periodic law. See, before this modern periodic table, many scientists put forth many different methods of classification of elements, and those methods were based on atomic masses. It was not based on atomic numbers. Okay, but in 1930 when 1913 in 1913 Henry Moseley demonstrated that in the nucleus of the atom positive protons are present, which are very fundamental property of the atom, and after that only the atomic numbers are considered for classifications of element, and from there onwards now we are using a method where atomic numbers we use to classify all the elements, to put the elements in the table. Okay, so this table is called as modern periodic table, where all the elements are arranged according to their atomic numbers. Okay, let's recall what is atomic number first. So these are the three elements. This is hydrogen element. We know that in the atom of the any element, in the nucleus protons and neutrons are present, and we also know that number of protons is equal to number of electrons arranged outside the nucleus in the orbit. So instead of counting the number of proton inside the nucleus, we can count the number of electrons very easily. See here in the hydrogen atom, hydrogen has one electron in its outermost orbit, right? That's why its atomic number becomes 1. Lithium has 3 electrons in it, that's why its atomic number becomes 3. Carbon has 6 electrons in its orbit, that's why its atomic number becomes 6. Okay, so each and every element has unique number of electrons, that is unique atomic numbers. Okay, that's why by using these unique atomic numbers we can place them in the table form in the modern periodic table. Okay, usually we arrange them according to the increasing order of atomic number. That means the atomic number of the element having atomic number 1 comes first, the element having atomic number 2 comes after that, atomic number 3 comes after that, means that like increasing order of their atomic number. Okay, in this way we arrange the elements according to the increasing atomic number in the periodic table. So modern periodic table is also called long form of the periodic table. So why it is called as long form of the periodic table? Because in comparison to Mendeleev's periodic table, it is longer table, and it has capacity to accommodate both the discovered elements and undiscovered elements, means those elements which are yet to be discovered. Okay, so here in this table it can occupy upcoming discovered elements, elements which are not yet to be discovered. Okay, so that's why this table is called as long form of periodic table. So let's see the basic structure of modern periodic table. So this is the table actually. So if you see, this table consists of 7 horizontal rows. Okay, so these horizontal rows are called as periods. Along with 7 periods, the table also contain 18 vertical columns. See, this is first column, this is second column, like that there are 18 vertical columns. Okay, and such a 18 columns are called as group. So the table has 7 periods and 18 groups. These 7 periods along with the 18 groups forms such a 118 boxes, that is 118 boxes, right? Each element is placed in separate box means element number 1 placed here, element number 2 placed here, element number 3 placed here. Like that, each element is placed in separate box according to the increasing order of their atomic number. If you see at the bottom of the table, there are two rows present here. First one is lanthanide series and second is actinide series. These two rows are actually the part of periodic table only. Previously in the periodic table, some of the boxes were unfilled because some elements were not discovered at that time. But very recently, some of the elements are experimentally established, means artificially they have produced, and that's why now all the boxes of the periodic table get completely filled. Let's move to next. See here, the table is divided into 4 blocks. The first one is S block. S block contains first 2 groups. Okay. Second one is D block. D block contains the group number 3 to group number 12. Okay. Then is P block. So P block contains group number 13 to group number 18. And the F block, it contains lanthanide series and actinide series. In this way, the table is divided into 4 blocks. Okay. Let's move to next. So this is a completely filled periodic table. If you see periodic table properly, you will find that first element is hydrogen, whose atomic number is 1. Second element is helium, whose atomic number is 2. Third element is lithium, atomic number 3. Then atomic number 4, boron, atomic number 5, 6, 7. Like this, all the elements are arranged with increasing atomic number. Okay. So we have to now see that, so how these are periodic functions of their chemical and physical properties. Okay. How this arrangement helps the periodic functions of properties of all the elements. So let's first see the groups. Okay. So how elements belongs to same group, they are having similar properties. Okay. So groups and electronic configuration. So this is the table. So here some groups are labeled in some way. So group number 1 is labeled as alkali metals. So alkali metals are the metals which belongs to group first, and they are very reactive metals. Okay. So group second is labeled as alkaline earth metal. Alkaline earth metals are also metals, but comparatively their reactivity is less than the alkali metals, right? So group number 3 to group number 12 is defined or labeled as transition elements. Okay. Now if you see group number 17, it is labeled as halogens. So halogens actually are non-metals. Okay, but they are also very reactive non-metals. Group number 18 is labeled as zero group or inert gas. So what is zero group? So zero group means what? All the elements having valency 0 is placed or are placed in the group number 18. As the outermost orbit of these elements are fulfilled, they are now unable to react with any of the other element. That's why they are called as inert gas. Inert gas means the gases which are unable to react with any of the element. Okay. So these elements are called as inert gas, or we can say the noble gases. See, if you see the table here, some orange colored boxes are there in between. So these are the elements placed which are metalloid form. So we know that the difference between metals, non-metals and metalloids. So metalloids are the substances having properties of both metals and non-metals, right? So here the elements are metalloids, right? So left to that all are the metals, and right to that all are the non-metals put in the periodic table. So understand the arrangement of elements in the periodic table. So let's move to next. So let's consider first the group number 1, that is alkali metals. Observe the elements placed. So in the group number 1, first element is hydrogen, whose atomic number 1, its electronic configuration becomes 1. Lithium has atomic number 3, so electronic configuration becomes 2 1. Then sodium, electronic configuration 2 8 1. Potassium, electronic configuration 2881. Okay, if you observe and compare the electronic configuration of all these elements, you will find that, see, the valence electron in all of them has 1. That means what? So the all of them, they have 1 electron in their outermost orbit. In the last orbit, they have only 1 electron in them. Hydrogen also have 1 electron in their outermost orbit. Lithium also has 1 electron. Sodium also has 1 electron. C. Okay. So this is the common thing present in all these elements belonging to the same group. Okay. So there is difference between the arrangement of them. So what is the difference? See, the number of shell present in the hydrogen is 1. The number of shell in the lithium is 3. The number of shell 2. The number of shells in sodium is 3. Number of shells in potassium is 4. So as you go down from the up to down, as you go down in the group, you will find that the number of shell goes on increasing. So here number of valence electron in all these elements is same, that is 1. Okay, valence electron in all of them is 1, but as you go down, the number of shell goes on increasing. Okay, let's see another example. So this is a halogen group, which is group number 17. Okay, so here fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine, they form the halogen group. Okay, so first see the fluorine. So the electronic configuration of fluorine is 27, chlorine is 287, bromine is 2818 7, and here iodine is 2818 18 and 7. Okay, if you observe the electronic configuration of them, you will find that all of them have same 7 valence electron. Okay, all of them, they have 7 valence electron, that is 7 electron in their outermost orbit. Okay, now if you observe the number of shell, in fluorine there are 2 shells, chlorine there are 3 shells, bromine 4 shells and iodine there are 5 shells, right? Means the number of shells, as you go down in the group, the number of shells increasing by 1. Okay, so chlorine has 1 shell more than the fluorine, bromine has 1 shell more than the chlorine, iodine has 1 shell more than the bromine. Like that, only 1 shell get added as you go down in the group. So this is actually common point in the all the groups, and this is only the reason that the element belonging to the same group have same chemical properties. Okay, but in gradation form. Okay, either the chemical properties goes on increasing or goes on decreasing. This is called as gradation. Okay, so in this way, the elements belonging to same group have similar properties. Okay, so let's see the relation between periods and electronic configuration. So this is the period number 3. If you see, we know that period means what? A horizontal row in the table, right? So sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine and argon, they belongs to same period. Okay, they kept horizontally by increasing their atomic numbers. See, the atomic number of sodium is 11, magnesium is 12, aluminum is 13. Okay, like that their atomic number is goes on increasing as you go from left to right in the period. Okay, see, atomic number of sodium is 11, its electronic configuration is 281. Magnesium electronic configuration is 282. Here 283, 284. Like that, the electronic configurations are mentioned here. Okay, if you compare the electronic configurations, their valence electron are not same as it was in the case of group. In the group, what it was, their valence electrons were same. Okay, here the valence electrons are not same. Okay, valence electron here goes on increasing by 1. The valence electron of sodium is 1, here magnesium is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Here valence electron is increasing by 1. So what is a common point here? If you observe the number of shells, see here sodium has 2 shells, magnesium also have 2 shells, aluminum have 2 shells, silicon have 2 shells, then phosphorus have 2 shells, sulfur have 2 shells, chlorine have 2 shells, argon have 2 shells. all of them they have two shells in them. Okay, so this is the common point between the elements in the period. Okay, so properties of elements change slowly from one end to the other in the period. That's why the property of sodium is little bit different than magnesium. Property of magnesium is little bit different than aluminum. Like that, the as you go from left to right, the properties are slightly changing. Okay, the property is not same as in the case of group. Okay, so let's see one more example in the period. This is the period number 2. Lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. These are the elements arranged in the period 2. Okay, so here see their electronic configuration. Here also the valence electron is not same, it is increasing by 1. Okay, here it is 1 2 3 4 5 valence electrons of the element. Now if you see the number of shell, here it is the shell number, it has 2 shells, beryllium has 2 shells, boron has 2 shells, so each of them they have 2 shells. Okay, so like this, if you go from left to right in the period, the number of shell remain constant, but number of valence electrons goes on increasing by 1. Okay, this is the common point in elements in period, and this is how the properties of elements are not exactly same when you go left to right in the period. So we can say that elements with same number of shells occupied by electrons belongs to the same period. Okay, so in this way the basic introductory part of periodic table is completed. Now in the next video we will discuss the periodic trends of the elements as you go down in the group, as you go left to right in the period. Okay, so students, stay tuned with me. Till then, bye students. Thank you.